yeah, in the meantime, I'll just show you where Sisters of Battle are at. So this is the entirety of the army so far. How's the tank going? It's coming along. I'm just building up the sides. You can see I'm building up the treads here, the tracks to go up and around, and then I'm going to wall them in and then put like the sponsons on the side here with the las cannons that I made. I've completely rearranged the front here because it was a bit weird. So instead I've got this girl looking up like she was before. I've got another one here, and in the middle here I've got my attack, my autocannons. So I don't know if I already did this before with the magnetized. So thanks to Catfish for the inspiration. And so you can swap the weapons out. Not that it's playable or whatever, but it's just fun. And that's a plasticard shroud there. And then what else have we got? A little engine on the back, a little exhaust fan to get rid of the heat. And so those will be built up and look pretty meaty. I'll get all the extra detail in there as it arrives. I don't know if you've seen Templar Crusade's amazing Land Raider video, but that's going to totally inspire me to do some green stuff, sort of filigree and sculpting across the sides here, because his tank is just beautiful. What an inspiration. Bill from 2BKG also sent me some sister stuff in the mail, which is really very kind of him. And there's some fleur-de-lis and other bits that I'm going to just do some quick casts of and use them on this tank. Not to mention there's some sisters characters with flamers and everything, so we'll make good use of those as well. Potentially on my first Rhino ever. This is my first ever Rhino build, and I opted for super glue because I wasn't sure if I wanted to change it later, and I know that that's not the best way to do it, so I have to go back and fill some of these seams. It's not the... My god, look how terrible that is. Yeah, it's not the neatest job, Jarrah. Oh well. But we'll fill it in and get it all pretty, and then we'll weather it up. I'm gonna do my weathering like Maneus Augusta Calgar, and have that kind of muddy look on the tracks and everything. But I have to go magnetize in these top plates. So that'll get done, obviously, soon. And let me show you my, this is one of my HQs. Well, it's not really an HQ, but she's going to lead my Repentia unit. So those are the babes with the chainswords who sort of prance around half naked. Although mine will probably be slightly more respectably attired. She is called a Mistress of Repentance, and this is what she looks like in the codex. Like, young and highly decorated. Well, mainly just young and pretty hot. And what I've got here is like a sort of old school, like the kind of nun that you wouldn't want to, that's going to put you to bed, or send you to the headmaster at the nunnery. She's a badass. I really just like playing with these ideas. So this army is going to just be a lot of fun. These characters are all going to be quite quirky and different. It's going to be a bit more like Malifaux than 40k in that sense, I guess. But I'm just getting ready to do green stuff, so getting the shorter backpack in there, I'll get the detail on it, get some capes going. I got rid of her cross, and I'm going to put a fleur-de-lis there, and got these whips as her neural whips. So she's going to lead a squad of 4, what are they? Sister Repentia. So that's her on her rocky slate base. And then over here I've got my first full squad, yay! With my Primate HQ. So this is one of the major HQs in the army. I love this video. I'm not even going to edit it. Oh, I should edit it. It's a bit boring. So the Arch-Confessor Kirinov is one of the big baddies, and he looks like that. But his 2 weapons are the where are they? The Mace of Valan and the Icon of Kyros. So I guess that's the icon there. and that's the mace. So I did use that Enigma figure that you saw in the other video. And what I've done is make a mace of Valan from a Dark Angel's orb, a Imperial Chainsword skull at the end, I think it's a High Elf banner, and instead of that Popey hat, I gave him more of a sort of Britannia hat, I think, which I think is kind of pimpin'. And he's got his little like sword, his bolt pistol holstered there, frag and crack grenades, and then that's the icon of Chiros that I came up with, which is the Dark Angel's lantern in his book, with some zombie hands coming out of it in an epic way. So I reckon he's pretty pimpin'. Once I get the fleur-de-lis on him and some cape and stuff and just extra little bits, I think he'll look the part. And of course when they're painted it'll all come together, I think, nicely. But yeah, I'm going for a really different sort of thing here. Can you see his face? It's pretty badass. He's pretty angry. He's like, ah. And so then he leads a squad of 3, what's it called, a battle conclave. So you can be like arcoflagellants. It can be, let's see, where are they? Battle conclave is here. Ecclesiarchy battle conclaves. So they can be arcoflagellants, crusaders, or death cult assassins. And that's what an arcoflagellant looks like. That's what a crusader looks like. And that's what a death cult assassin looks like. That's a pretty famous model. I've kind of messed around with all 3 of these. I'll probably do another death cult assassin using my Dark Eldar parts, but in the meantime I've got this Reaper, I think it's Dark Heresy, or that could be Master Series. And she's actually like a samurai. She's just really cool armor plating. And looks very sisters. I've taken away her swords and given her some massive custom power swords that are based off Space Marine power swords, chain swords, and Skaven swords. So it's kind of like this more classical power sword thing. So once that's painted up as a power sword, I think it'll look pretty cool. Because they wield dual power swords, or dual power weapons, I guess. Maybe they could even have axes, I'm not sure. That's my first one, and she's sort of leaping there. She's got some Elder Guardian feet instead of the sandals that she was wearing. And then I'll get her caped up and all the details and the icons and stuff, and yeah, I think that'll be a pretty cool little death cult assassin. And what else is there? Oh, so then here is the Crusader. I got these awesome heads from Puppet Wars miniatures, and they're like these Iron Man robot heads, and I think that's like a cool look for this guy. And but he's got this kind of like Asian ponytail, this samurai ponytail thing going on. I replaced his sword arm and hand, and I made him a power sword, but I made it out of a granite halberd, so it's this kind of like atypical power sword, and then it has one bladed edge, so that's kind of cool. It's like a short halberd with a little skull on the end. And his shield, which is meant to be, is there a name for it? I don't know if there's a name for it. Oh, I guess it's like a power shield. With the Inquisitor iconography on it. So he's going to have more cape work done, but the difference is with the shield is that I used a Chaos Warrior shield, and I scraped off the Chaos symbols, and I'm going to put in like fleur-de-lis and eye and stuff, but I wanted to keep all the eyes because I wanted it to be like Inquisition, so it's like he's like searching you out. He's going to badass you. So I thought that was kind of fine to keep that. In fact, I want this to be kind of quirky. I want this army to be like, it's like they're the sisters of battle that like got lost in the woods sort of thing. They're like the gypsies that have sort of like committed themselves to this cause, but sort of been fallen into it, and they're just sort of quirky and crazy and somewhat demonic. Like having those hands coming out of the icon is kind of a testament to that, and then having the eyes on the shield. But then nothing more so yet in this unit is more quirky than my Arcoflagellant. So the Arcoflagellants are like these guys who are punished, and they're like, they have their arms removed and they've got these like whips and blades and stuff on the end of them, and they're hooded and they're hunched over. And I was looking for semantic zombies or Games Workshop zombies, but then in the end what I decided to do was go a completely different direction and make it be like, the punishment is that you get put, not literally put into the body of a demon, but like you're subjected to like that sort of physiology. So this isn't like, because I've heard that like when you kill demons they just like evaporate back into the warp, but I'm not sure if that's true, because then how do you have those Grey Knight models holding demon heads? Anyway, in this instance it's more genetic. Like he's been forced into like a body of a demon that's been sort of like vat grown or something, I don't know, as his punishment. So he's got like these bloodletter legs. And I also like the idea that it could be Space Marines who are these Arcoflagellants. Like, why does it have to be some random person? It could be anyone in who's just gotten in trouble. And Space Marines always get in trouble in the fluff that I've read. So he's got a Space Marine torso and a Space Marine head, but then he's got these like whips that have been put onto his arms with these spikes. Now they're from the Talos Paint engine, and they look pretty cool. And he's got like a massive, gross bloodletter tongue coming out of his mouth, which I think I will paint it as if it's just like not real. It'll just be gold, sort of like in 300, where Xerxes had so much like jewelry and different sort of adornments and stuff, but they were all figurative. So this will be a figurative tongue. And then he'll have cape work, and he'll probably have like a blindfold over his eyes as well, because I like the idea of them not being able to see and they just slashing about wildly. So yeah, that's my first Arcoflagellant. And obviously I'm mixing lots of things here. There's like a lot of probably fluff problems, but if you can get your head past that and you don't mind that too much, then you'll have a lot of fun with these videos, I guess. We're going to be pretty wacky and crazy. So I'm happy, yeah, I finished my first unit, except for green stuffing, and then I got to paint it. So that's my update on my army, and hopefully I can edit this down. I'm going to go and do some more, make out some more cards and send off some things in the mail and get to work on my Death Shroud Death Guard. That's my day. Thank you again to Ma'am 2087. I'm going to have so much fun reading this stuff, and I really appreciate it, man. Anything I can do, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been a long video, and I hope you got some inspiration. I don't want to say that. That's not my line. I hope you had fun watching. No, thank you for inspiration. I don't have catchphrases. I need a catchphrase. Maybe I should have a competition to come up with a catchphrase. Or maybe you could just come up with a catchphrase for me. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good week. I will talk to you soon. Ciao.